Okay, y'all, welcome back. If you have watched my recent videos, you know that I have just come off of writing a knit pattern for my fitted button edge long sleeve top, and love that top. So excited for the pattern to come out. But my God, did it take so many brain cells. So I was really in the mood to do something that required 0 brain cells. And my most recent podcast episode, I was running through different things that I want to make. And one of the ones that I mentioned was a chainmail detail scarf. And I think this is perfect because I don't have to think. And originally I thought that it was getting too warm for this project, but well, New York is not getting warm. It's still freaking cold. And I have been wanting a skinny scarf that I could still style in the spring. So I don't feel like it's, categorically a winter project. Now, the creator behind all of these chainmail pieces that I've pinned is called, I think her handle is Ye Olde Josie. So fucking sick. Everything she makes is so cool. She actually works the chainmail into sweaters, a bunch of different wearables. But I thought the scarf was a really nice, subtle way to add some extra edginess to your outfit. Now, in terms of what yarn to use, I noticed that her scarves do have a little bit of fuzz on them, but the yarn isn't super thin. It's not a lace weight mohair. That would also kind of take forever. So I think the Mohair Delight is perfect for this because it's fuzzy and it's, what is the weight on this? I think it's a medium weight. Yeah, a weight 4, and I think that is so perfect. And this is the jade yarn from Hobby. It's an acrylic blend, but similarly fuzzy-ish, similar weight. I was really conflicted between picking a lighter color or a darker color. I think the darker color gives you a lot of contrast with the silver jump rings, which is really cool. But I think a lighter color is a really cute mix of girly airiness with the edgier detail. The yarn I ended up picking is the Mohair Delight in this light blue color. I originally bought this to knit the Ronti Studios Romanesco top, which I still want to make, but I think I got enough yarn that I can set aside 1 or 2 for this project. I've actually already started. I'm using, what are these, 5mm needles. And I'm just doing 1 row knit, 1 row purl. That will result in the scarf curling on the edges, but I actually like when it gets thin and tubular like that. So that's why I'm kind of making the rectangle double the width that I want the final scarf to be. I am probably gonna actually chainmail this scarf with Meg because she has a bunch of jump rings from when she went through a chainmail jewelry making phase. And she was quite offended that the scarf wasn't for her because, it's not black. So if I have time, I might also try and make a black version. And then we can chainmail our little scarves together and that would be so cute. Look, you can kind of see the scarf starting to curl. So it is going to be very, very skinny. But I think the skinnier the scarf, the easier it is to style. So I actually feel like this is perfect. I have some birthday drinks to go to later for my friend. But until then, I'm just gonna sit at home, watch the latest episode of The Pit, and crank on this bad boy.
Happy birthday, Zoe! Happy birthday,
Okay, I feel like it's because I was working with 3.75mm needles in my last few videos, but this scarf has been going so freaking fast. I forgot that a project doesn't have to take you 4 million hours. I feel like I've barely worked on this 2, maybe 3 hours tops, and I'm pretty much halfway done. I do think once I finish this, which will honestly take no time, I'm gonna work on the black one for Meg. I know I have black Weird Knitters Touch Me mohair because it's in my digital Milano yarn stash that I made in like my yarn stash organizing video. So I know I have it, I haven't found it. And I think what I can do is double up that mohair and maybe even use the same needles, because the thing about the Weird Knitters Touch Me mohair is that it's listed as lace weight, but I honestly think it's fluffier than most lace weight mohairs. So I think if I double it up and use 5mm needles, it'll give me a pretty opaque effect. I'm actually kind of busy tonight. I realize I have to edit a YouTube video and go to the gym, but I have a good amount of time to knit tomorrow. And I just want to say, I'm kind of proud of the outfit I put together. I've lamented the fact that I only ever dress cute for Instagram photos and I've like lost the art of looking good day to day. But I just sort of threw this together. This sweater I didn't make it. It's from Nadia and Julia. They're like the only brand I found that really nails the semi-sheer single strand knit mohair look that I usually go for with my knits. I just think it's so chic. I almost got it in white and I honestly kind of want that too. And then these pants I got in Vietnam. I don't know if you can really see, but they have this like asymmetrical, honestly, I feel like even tucking the sweater would be cute because it has this like asymmetrical waistband and really nice box pleats. Obviously I had my like oxblood Cezanne leather trench over it. And oh my gosh, I've been so obsessed with white jade jewelry. I feel like usually when people think jade jewelry, they think like a very Chinese aesthetic, but I love these. They are literally all from Cerie because they have a very modern geometric look, and the fact that they're white means it goes with everything. And this statement necklace I got months ago. I just haven't been really good at styling it, but I love how it looks with like these little black hair clips. I know these are technically meant to be like just functional clips to pull your hair back when you do your makeup, but I actually kind of like how they look worn more intentionally. Oh, and on my Plen tote, I have another one of these little Chinese knot keychains that I made, and like the gray keychain with the taupe sweater and all the like silver accents. I don't know, something about today's outfit just like really scratched an itch in my brain. But anyway, right now I need to go on a scavenger hunt for this black mohair. I definitely have it. Like if it's in that digital yarn stash, it means it's somewhere in this room. Oh, I like how you're being silent.
Oh, is it? There's volume.
There's volume. Yeah. Wait, this looks so good. Okay, we are back and we have one skinny scarf done. Also, I'm kind of sweating right now. I'm wearing this knit top that I finished in my last video. I had to take a few photos of it to post a pattern test and find some testers, but I was noticing this with this outfit is actually kind of cute. I mean, I do have leftover yarn from this shirt, so I was thinking about making a matching skinny scarf and then maybe adding like the same buttons that I have on here on the edge of the scarf. And that would be really freaking cute. But if I don't get around to it, I actually kind of like how this looks together. But yeah, for this skinny scarf, I was kind of crashing out actually because it was looking, how do I explain this? It was looking kind of bulky, like especially when it wrapped around my neck tightly, it was looking kind of like I was getting like strangled by a, I don't know, like a snake. But I went ahead and blocked it, and you probably saw like I blocked it flat. That wasn't with the intention of trying to make it lie flat. If you knit stockinette, it's always going to curl, and blocking is not going to change that. But I do think blocking it like that evens out the stitches, and it makes the scarf kind of curl more neatly. Like ironically, the scarf is skinnier after having blocked it flat. And now I actually like how it looks. Like it doesn't look as like weirdly round and bulky. Before I blocked it though, when I was crashing out, I was thinking about brushing it with my pet brush and basically making it fuzzy. Not like super fuzzy, because I think the chainmail would look weird if the scarf was like literally just fluffy. But I do think maybe if I gave it like a light brush and made it slightly fuzzy, that could be cute. Because look, I have started Meg's scarf. I finally found this black mohair. Guess where I found it? It's because I was supposed to go to Miami earlier this week with Emily, and sadly I ended up not going because it was only like a 2.5 day trip, and then our morning flight got canceled and the next flight was for the evening. So I would have been in Miami for literally 1.5 days, and it just like didn't really make sense. Emily was going for Ultra, so she obviously went anyway, but I had packed my black mohair in my duffel for that trip, and then when I unpacked, I forgot to take the black mohair out, and that's why I like could not find it for the life of me. And you can see that because I'm using like a thin mohair doubled, this one is quite fluffy. That's why I'm thinking like if I just brush this slightly, these will like match in fuzziness. I'm also doing a slip stitch border on this. I don't know why I do the slip stitch border. I used it for that other skinny scarf that I made. Where is it? This one that I made in my Pinterest accessories video. I used the slip stitch border, and you can see like, I feel like it curls the exact same way a normal stockinette scarf would curl. I don't know why people say it makes it curl less. I feel like that's simply not true. But yeah, this is curling basically as much as it would if I didn't do the slip stitch border, but I know Meg wants a really, really skinny scarf anyway, so I think it's fine. I mean, I'm pretty much like halfway through with the length on this one. I just have to finish up the second half, and I do find that when I block it, it stretches out a tiny bit, so I try to like undershoot the length. Like on this one, I actually ended up taking a few rows off after I blocked it because it got a little bit too long. I actually need to get changed because I have some errands to run in the city, and I feel silly that I'm like testing for this pattern right now because it is getting warmer in New York. We've been having like crazy fall springs though. It hasn't been like, oh, it's slowly warming up. It'll be like 70 degrees one day and then 35 degrees the next day. So it is almost 70 degrees today. It's so nice. It's so warm. That's why I'm sweating in this. But I think the temperature is about to drop again later this week. Okay, I feel like I should take advantage of the weather to wear a dress. So I'm wearing this plaid one that I got in China back in November. I actually haven't worn it in New York ever because obviously it's been too cold to wear it here. The last time I wore it was when I was in Vietnam. I really want to carry this bag because I feel like the black with the white stitching just pairs so well with the black and white on here. This is the Elena bag from Le Teneur. I don't speak French. Gonna stuff my black scarf in here. I still can't decide if I should brush out the blue one. Maybe I'll do like a little bit of a test brush on the inside of the scarf and see how I feel. Also, if you're wondering why this bag is making so much noise, in all my bags that I carry pretty frequently, I keep hand cream. This is actually a body cream that I put in like a little travel size Muji container. One travel size scent. This is, I think, Somewhere But Nowhere from Lore. And then one lippy. And this is because I always forget to bring my lip combo with me, and I have no natural lip color, so I hate getting caught in public with no lip product. And I mean, obviously I don't have all three in every single one of my bags, but for my most frequently used ones, I try to keep all three of those in stock because those are kind of my essentials. I think I might try adding these glasses. I kind of like how that looks. And I'm keeping on the same rings I had before. I'm pretty sure I raved about these in my last video. And y'all might have noticed, or maybe you didn't, but I hope you noticed, I'm looking a lot more tan. And it's not because I got any sun. Famously did not make it to Miami, but I have been using some tanning products. I refuse to self-tan or get spray tans. That's just like way too hassle-some. But Coco and Eve has this sun-kissed gradual tanning lotion. And if I just use this as my body lotion after a shower, it honestly gives me like a really nice, even looking natural tan. And then for my face, I use these bronzing face drops. You mix them in with a moisturizer. So I like to mix them in with my Coco Kind electrolyte water cream. It's like a gel moisturizer that absorbs really quickly. So I find that it gives me like a really even kind of layer. And then this antioxidant face tanning micro mist, this is kind of like it's a more buildable product. So I'll spray this on my face, let it develop. And then if I still need to go like another shade darker, I'll just add a few more spritzes. And this combo, I've tried a lot of these like instant tanning products. These are the only ones that have really given me like an even tan that doesn't have like weird streaks and patches. So if you are trying to look a little more tan without, you know, the UV, because that's not good for you, I would highly recommend these. Honestly, the reason I like looking tanner isn't even because I want to look like I've seen the sun. I have like really dark eye bags. I have darkness around my mouth and my nose. And so I feel like when my face is tanner, my skin tone just looks a little bit more even. And of course, we can't forget our scent. This is Mutine from Miu Miu. I will say if you don't like sweet or floral scents, you probably won't love this. It's strawberry vanilla, but I normally don't like vanilla scents. I do think the strawberry in this just makes it like a little bit more bright and kind of like cuts through the sweetness. I generally tend to like fall winter scents more, but I have been really, really loving this as the weather gets warmer. Just realized I almost forgot about my necklace, which is very off-brand for me. And here is the look. I'm gonna text Meg and try and go over to her apartment sometime this week so we can chainmail our scarves. And then we're gonna be done and we're gonna be twinning and it's gonna be so cute. Chainmail Joe complete chainmail kit. Bada beam, bada boom. We got rings for days. I'm obsessed with this family. Wait, who was the one? Oh, Tanner's the one who also has a hot mom and a hot sister. Okay, we have 2 finished scarves. And guys, I am so obsessed with these. Let me show you the light blue one first. I did end up brushing it out a little bit just to give it some extra fuzz, but I don't know that it really needed it. Also, when you're chainmailing, it is easier if you can like see the disparate stitches. So I didn't want to like brush the living hell out of it. And for this one, I used some larger jump rings just because I wanted the width of the jump ring to kind of like match the width of the stitches so that I could like work off of the existing grid. I basically kind of copied what the creator Yale Josie does, and I alternated like these long crosses with these kind of like, I don't know, equal length crosses. I also did like a short few rows here at the bottom. And then on this side, I did like rings along the edge. I will say the rings are definitely more subtle on the light blue just because there's less contrast, but it's kind of nice in its own way because you can pretty much style it the way you'd style like any light blue scarf. And the silver is just a bit of a touch that you like notice if you look more closely. I do still wish the scarf wasn't as wide. Like obviously the blocking made it thinner, but once I had tried on Meg's scarf, which is even thinner, I'm like, I think honestly with skinny scarves moving forward, I'm probably always going to use like a doubled up lace weight. I feel like I just like how that looks more than using a thicker yarn, even if like it ends up being the same thickness. I don't know, something about the doubled up lace weight, it's just like more airy and doesn't feel as like constrictive or look as constrictive around the neck. I'm realizing I should probably put on an actual outfit to style these because it doesn't look like anything with my sweat set. But let me show you the black one first. I am so obsessed with how this turned out. So here you can obviously see the rings a lot more clearly. There's just way more contrast. And for that reason, I didn't want to do as many. I feel like if I did like as many of the crosses as I did on the blue one, on the black one, it would kind of be a lot. I just wanted this to be a little touch of silver at the bottom. And I also put the silver rings along the bottom edge, which I think looks especially cool on the black one. Like this is just so sick. Also, I'm not gonna like show you a step-by-step tutorial of how to chainmail. That definitely exists online. But if you watch the footage of me doing it, basically I would just set up all of the kind of like horizontal rings. So you have like 2 rows of rings that are going horizontally like this. And then you use another set of rings and you're gonna loop it through 4 of them at a time, like through 4 of the horizontal rings in the center, and then do 1 more above that with the next 4. The center rings kind of overlap. That's not a great explanation, but honestly, I think if you just look at a photo or if you look up a tutorial, you will be able to figure it out pretty quickly. On this one, the stitches were harder to see and the stitch width, like I matched the stitch width on this one and used the bigger rings, but on the black one, I really wanted the rings to be smaller. So I kind of just ignored the stitches and just placed the rings wherever I felt like, and I feel like it still turned out like centered and straight, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. I'm trying to think, I mean, I famously don't know how to style skinny scarves, but what's like a simple base outfit I could put these over? Oh, now the sun decides to come out. Okay, I'm just kind of throwing these together, but like this one I have on with like a blue plaid mesh shirt and my favorite low-rise jeans. And something that tends to bother me about styling skinny scarves is like this empty space here. I usually do style it with like a V-neck so that there's like not this weird no man's land, but I find that I can kind of solve that by just putting on like a statement necklace. And you can see the necklace just kind of fills up this awkward empty space. The silver of the bow also matches like the silver of the rings. I'm kind of digging this outfit. I've been trying to figure out how to style this so that it doesn't look super Disney Channel, and I mean, is this giving Disney Channel? I feel like it's giving more Cool Girl than Disney Channel. I also don't mind giving Disney Channel, to be clear. It's just, I want to give like Cool Girl Y2K, not like literally this situation. Love how the lighting in my room is changing every 3 seconds. That's so awesome. There's definitely like a cloud that's blocking the sun. So for this one, I honestly think it would look cutest with like a little kind of like more fitted, like graphic tee, black band tee, plus this and some like low-waisted distressed black denim. But believe it or not, I don't think I have any of those things. I guess I'm just like imagining how Meg would style this, and she has all those pieces and I don't. For now, I'm just gonna throw it on with like a black blazer. So you can see what I mean. The rings like really show up on this version. You can also see why it would be a lot if I had like chainmailed the entire thing. And if you have like an edgier style, I feel like this is just such a cool step above a normal black skinny scarf. Like Meg definitely has one of those that she styles sometimes, but I think this just adds so much. And I'm too lazy right now, so sorry. But if you wore this with like an edgy black outfit and then like a ton of silver jewelry, really good for that kind of like rocker, grunge aesthetic. I'm just saying words. I'm honestly thinking of making myself one of these because, to be honest, I don't think I'm gonna wear the light blue one very much. I just have to be like so fucking for real right now. But this, even like the past few days, I've just been like throwing it on over outfits that I've been wearing. And I feel like, I mean, it's black. It's just so much easier to style. I do really like the width. You can see how like the neck part looks less like, ugh. Maybe I should abandon this skinny scarf thing. I feel like I keep making them and maybe they're just, I need to go on my Pinterest and take all my outfit photos with skinny scarves and put them on Milanote and basically figure out how to style these. I'm normally not someone who struggles with styling, but this just doesn't seem to come that naturally to me. I'm gonna play around with some outfits though, because I do want to take some photos with these, both of them, before I give this black one to Meg for Instagram. This video was very satisfying. It mostly went according to plan. It didn't actually like require that much knitting. And I came out with something that I think is really cool. And will I wear it? Maybe not, but it's something that I at least like. But definitely check out the original creator if you want to buy any of her pieces. She also has like a lot of other cool chainmail knitwear combination pieces. I'm just so excited to see Meg style this. I already know it's gonna look so sick because this is so up her alley. And I'll figure out my light blue one, okay? I really am trying to climb skinny scarf hill. That's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, as always, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, guys!